The arithmetic of ambition deceptions come in layers. Simple fibs, bold distortions, and the slippery dance of numbers, as a wise observer once noted. To hesitate before a challenge is one matter. To believe it's beyond reach is another entirely. Not all can claim vast riches, but the spark to pursue them flickers within anyone bold enough to fan it. Let's unravel the mathematics that frame this daring quest. In a nation of 60 million souls, only a whisper, 0.016%, basks in true abundance. That's a sliver so fine it's less than a shadow of a fraction, repeated 5 times, over. Imagine a generous companion stumbling into a £1,000,000 windfall and tossing you that same faint percentage. Your reward would be a modest 16er note, barely enough for a hearty meal. A toast to their kindness might carry a wry edge. If riches were a game of chance, like tickets drawn from a vast drum, your odds of landing among the top 1,000 in the UK would stand at 16 in a million. A steep climb indeed. To crack the elite, 50. The numbers grow sterner still, thinning to a single shot in a million. And that's assuming the board isn't already crowded with those cradling inherited fortunes, their starting line miles ahead of yours. These are odds that might chill the faint-hearted, yet the winds are shifting. The scales of wealth tip less toward birthright than they once did. Today, only about 1 in 4 names on Britain's roster of affluence owes their perch solely to ancestral vaults. Far fewer, perhaps, than rumor suggests. Rewind a quarter century, and the scene was starkly different. Nearly 3/4 of that era's list, then a leaner 200 names, were cradled in privilege from the cradle. How the tides turn, and they'll churn further as fresh climbers, unburdened by pedigree, muscle their way into the ranks. Sorting the field, not every runner is suited for this race. Some barriers loom larger than willpower alone can vault. Consider vitality. Those wrestling with frail health often lack the vigor to chase such a prize, no matter their brilliance. When the body falters, the gleam of riches dims, save perhaps for the promise of top-tier care. Rare outliers defy this. Take a mind like that of a renowned physicist, tethered to a chair by a relentless ailment, yet spinning a tome on cosmic threads that few finish but millions buy. His wealth, born of intellect over adversity, tips a cap to exception. Then there's the clock and its toll. Age and capacity carve their own lines. Not the hues of identity, color, creed, or schooling. Those walls crumble in open lands, but the fog of mental decline, the creep of frailty, or the innocence of youth sideline many from the wealth chase, barring a lucky draw or a family chest. In the UK, nearly 40% hover at life's edges, too seasoned to start anew or too green to seize the moment, leaving some 36 million in the fray. The contest narrows, odds nudging to 25 in a million for a spot among the top 1,000. The willing and the waylaid pause here. Vast swaths of that 36 million aren't even in the game. Some shun the pursuit, content with quieter paths. Others tether themselves to callings, like public service, that rarely pave gold. A tally reveals over 5 million toil in Britain's governmental ranks. Their odds of riches slim unless they shed those robes for bolder ventures. History shows few do. Most who scale the heights from those halls carried wealth in, or stumbled into it later. The odds brighten faintly, ticking to 28 in a million. Now scan the crowd. Colleagues, neighbors, passers-by. How many burn to amass? A fortune? How many wield the grit or guile to try? Perhaps 3%. A generous guess. Among 30 million still standing, that's a million rivals. Fewer if ambition is rarer still. Suddenly, the race to the top 1,000 shrinks to 1 in 1,000. From 16 in a million to this. Numbers twist and tease, proving their slippery nature. The cost of the climb beyond odds lies reflection. Wealth's pursuit can be a siren's song, luring with thrills, yet exacting a price. Imagine a seasoned voyager, once lured by the chase's rush, millions piled high, hours devoured, life's joys traded for glittering excess. The toll? A tapestry of vices, nights blurred by indulgence, health frayed at the edges. In hindsight, a softer goal glimmers. Enough for ease, say 40 million, claimed swiftly by 35, then a retreat to verses and orchards. The chase itself intoxicates, not the coins, but their forging. Like a runner's high, it surges through the veins, outpacing any jog. Yet unlike a boxer dreaming of one last bout, the wise know when to hang the gloves. Legends falter when they linger. Fans of a fabled fighter chronicled in ink decades. Ego, not in quiet agreement. Riches don't crown a victor, mastery does. The open road, this isn't a caution to flee the quest. The traps, excess, obsession, aren't inevitable. Success needn't unravel into ruin. The odds, though steep, bow to resolve. Those daunted by the climb may settle where they stand. But that's no fate etched in stone. Beginnings don't dictate endings. The journey molds its own tale. The horizon beckons. Step toward it.